In this tutorial, we're going to look at doing the prison escape from the Micromelon arenas. To start with, we need to get into the prison escape. So go to menu, you can, if you're not in there, and select prison escape and click play. Some of the main things we're going to look at is the color sensor. We're going to be looking at branching and also looking at loops. So branching is a different word for decision statements like an if then else, and loops is your repetition type statements. So let's get underway and help our robot escape. So first of all, I'm going to start with a new project, and I'm just going to call it Project Escape School. Now I'm going to hit create. So here we are at the start, and to begin with, let's have a look at our arena. So I'm going to hit play here, and here's our arena. Remember, you've got the top-down view. You can zoom in and out if you want to. You can also recenter, or you got the behind view. Now we can see where the gap is. There are no physical walls here, but there is a white line. So what I want to do is get the robot to drive forward and see the white line. That's the first thing. And I know I've escaped the prison if I see the red line. So let's start by getting the robot to drive forward first of all. We've got to start, it's the most simplest place. So let's drive forward. So to do that, we're going to start with a while statement. So while something. And we're going to go while true. So this will continue on forever at the moment. And while true, what we want to do is turn the motors on. So we're going to go with motors, press enter because we want to write to the motors. And we're going to write, and we're going to go forward 5 centimeters. So let's just start our program with that. I need to connect to my robot up the top here. So click on your simulator. You see the digital robot's number is 9,000. So therefore, I've just got to enter up the top here, 9,000, and click go. You can see I now have a link to my virtual robot, which means I can either hit play here in the simulator or run code here. So I'm going to do that in the simulator at the moment, hit play, and you'll see the robot is moving forward. On my code, it is just write 5, and it'll keep moving forward, but there's no condition to stop. So I'm going to hit stop itself, and then I can hit rewind, but the robot's trained just to move forward. And you can see in our Blockly type environment that it's just got moved forward. So let's give it a condition. Let's see if it sees the white. So if it sees white, I want to stop. So let's go if, and then I want to talk to the color sensor. Now it is color, C-O-L-O-U-R, and we're using cap, and we want to use sensor C. So if the color sensor sees, and we can give it the colors, C-O-L-O-U-R-S, and white, we can actually do something. So in this case here, if it sees white and it's true, we want to do something. What we're going to do is we're going to stop the motor. So we're going to now once again motor right, and to stop the motor we just set it to 0. But if it doesn't see white, it's just going to move forward. So to do the move forward, we're going to create what's called an else statement. So we go back, so the while and everything's indented. Now if, and then we can put an else here. And if it doesn't see it, we want to just motor forward. Like that. Now we're still inside a program here, and this will go on forever. And I'll just run this program to start with to see how we're going. And then we will break out. So we're going to hit play. It's going to move forward. You can see the little lines moving up here, which means it's stepping through our code. It should be getting to see white very soon. And it stops. So the robot stopped. But notice up in the right-hand corner here, my program's still running. You can see that it's still stepping through the code and going, yep, I see white, stop. And it's going forever. So I need to stop the robot. Now to exit out, we're going to put a command in here. It's called break. What this does, it breaks us out of the loop. It'll actually exit this while loop. And then at the end of it, I'm going to put here, well, we know at the end we want to print something. And I want to basically say, I've escaped. I have escaped. And I'll put some exclamation marks on there. So let's have a look at how this program works now. So it should keep moving forward, looking for the white, and if it doesn't see white, it moves forward 5. But if it does see the white color, the stripe, from the color sensor, then it will turn the motors off, then break, which should send us out of the loop. And so line 7 is the next line outside of the loop. Everything indented here is inside this while loop, and it should go print I have escaped. Let's run the program. Refresh, run. The robot stopped. You notice the code's not running anymore. And in our output area down here, it's got I have escaped. So now our robot has moved forward and escaped. Now let's have a look at the problem. So I've now detected the white line. That's working really well. But the problem is if it sees the white line, we need to do something. Really what I want the robot to do is move back and then turn and then look again. Now at the moment we know the exit's to the right, but if you were in a room where you didn't know the exit, you can either get the robot to turn clockwise to the right or anti-clockwise. I'm going to go anti-clockwise to start with, or well, let's see what happens. Okay, so let's go back to our code and say, well, if it doesn't see, it's going to move forward. But if it does see the white line, what I want it to do is not stop, I actually want it to move backwards. So I'm going to get the motors to move back by, say, 20 centimeters. So I'm going to go move distance, and backwards is minus, and I'm just going to say 20 centimeters. So if it sees white, reverse the robot. This time I don't want to brake, okay? I just want to reverse the robot, and then I want to turn the robot to get it to go a different direction. So in this case here, I'm going to go motor, and we're going to turn a number of degrees. And I'm going to set that turn degrees to say 30 degrees. So if it sees white, reverse back, turn 30 degrees, and then it won't be seeing white, which means it will move forward again. So let's run this program, see if it does the turning. Rewind, and hit go. See the program stepping through. It will see white. Now it's moved back and it's turned 30 degrees. And it's turned to the right, which is fine. So obviously positive 30 means it goes to the right hand side, and now it's escaped. Problem is it's just driven across the red line where we're meant to stop, and that's because we haven't coded that yet. So at the moment, the turn degrees positive 30 means to the right. If it was negative 30, it will turn to the left. So we now know which way's clockwise, anti-clockwise. Now, when we see the red line here, so I'm just going to recenter everything. So just rewind. When we see this red line, we know we've escaped the prison. So that's when we want to stop. So we need to go back to our code and say, well, actually, I want to keep doing this. And if the color sensors sees the color red, and red's down towards the bottom. So if the color sensor sees red, so therefore it's true, colon, I want to then brake. So that's when I know I've escaped if I see that. Else, if I don't see red, that's when I want to do the rest of my program. So let's go check our program now. Okay, let's check our program now. I'm just going to slide this across so we can see the code working as well. And I'm going to hit play. So we can see it stepping through and it's just checking for what red and going. But as it goes through, it sees the white sensor moves back. It's still doing that. When it sees white again, it will move back through, does that. And then it goes out and it doesn't see the middle sensor's not picking up red yet. And then it sees red and I have escaped. Hope you found this tutorial useful in escaping school. If you found this tutorial useful, give it a like. You can subscribe to my channel. Also give a comment for the algorithm and have a look around my YouTube channel for other useful Micromelon tutorials.